and unfortunately it was mismanaged by the government. Even when you're talking about corruption, I work on corruption, and there is a proposal which is on the table that what needs to be done in order to prevent the corruption. These are just politics. The biggest problem right now is that we need a legitimate government. We need a government, especially when President Obama indicated that we were leading Afghanistan responsibly. To me, responsibility means to help the next election, to make sure the next election is transparent and fair, and we bring a team of technocrats. Other than that, we won militarily in Afghanistan, but we lost politically.
Well, before you go, and before Mr. Narl answers your question, or responds to your comments, what are you doing there? I mean, who do you work for? What kind of job is it? How did you get it?
Well, I volunteered to go to Afghanistan 2002 to help the Afghan government as well as the United States government. I've been engaged in many projects, and I also worked as an advisor to ISOF, and I was the one who worked on these issues of, let's say there is a white paper that we looked at it, we analyzed it, and we went through the entire contracting system, and we come up with observation and recommendation. It's not just the international community who created corruption like the Kazakh did. It is the government. It's because the sector of the society and the people that surround themselves are the people that they are very irresponsible, and they only care about how to get rich quick, and they're a bunch of war profiteers that unfortunately gave the bad name to the private sector, to even the government. The United States never been insulted with all these billions of dollars spending in Afghanistan, and also spending blood. Never been insulted in anywhere in the world as much as they've been insulted in Afghanistan.
Okay, so caller, what is your personal interest in Afghanistan? Are you originally from that country?
Yes, I am from Afghanistan originally, and I am an engineer, and I've been working in Afghanistan since 2002.
Right. Can you, sorry to jump in, but can you describe for Americans how money is exchanged in Afghanistan? How does it work?
Money exchange or money is spent?
Well, both, or either.
Well, the money, the money that the trillions of dollars money that went there, I think I have spoken about this issue. There is a group of people that they create monopoly and create around the American, and whether it's in army or in the U.S. embassy, there are a group of people that if you look at them, somehow they are related to this dynasty of Kazakh. Or some other groups that they mind, very small group of people. That's what we're trying to do, to open the door for ordinary Afghans, for all honest and decent contractors to work there, and it was impossible to do that.
All right, caller, got your point. I'll have our guest respond.
Great. I've actually read the white paper that Abdullah worked on. A friend of mine named H.R. McMaster, now an Army two-star general, ran an anti-corruption task force in Afghanistan, worked hard to try to mitigate some of the problems that Abdullah correctly described. He's certainly correct that the Afghan government has been, and Afghan governments have been some of the bigger problems we face. We're fighting not just the Taliban in Afghanistan, remnants of Al-Qaeda, but also Afghan corruption. This is always the case when you're fighting an insurgency. If the government were honest and capable, it's much less likely that there would be an insurgency against it. So his concerns are spot on. That said, President Karzai has been reasonably legitimately elected, does have a lot of legitimacy with the Afghan people. The transition in 2014 is so important because not just will the American combat role there end, but so will President Karzai's presidency, and the transition to a new government in Afghanistan is going to be incredibly important. One of the things that I'm concerned about is that for all of President Karzai's flaws, it's not clear that anybody else in Afghanistan could do better or could gain more support from the Afghan people, an enormously fractious bunch. So Afghanistan facing a big drawdown of U.S. troops, more responsibility on Afghan security forces, a big drawdown of aid dollars from the United States and the rest of the international community, and a political transition in 2014. That's why this meeting is so important as President Karzai tries to lock down what the American assistance package is going to look like in 14 and beyond.
And the